Hello, what is up, and welcome to the first episode of ARK Survival Mobile with the Madman. As you can see behind me is the monstrosity of my single-player base. We're going to tour it today, take a look at it, and take a look around. I do want to note that I have God mode, and I also have the Ascended Creature unlock, which allows me to put 2 billion experience into my creatures. So, you know, my Argentavis is, I don't know, 8,215 levels above creature max. So let's go take a look at the base right quick. This is currently my main base. I might actually build a new base somewhere else, somewhere more central to the map. And then I have 6 smaller outposts at each of the caves, and we'll go take a look at one of those to basically see what those look like in general. The only 2 that are not exactly like all the other ones are the Skylord base and the Lava Cave base, because they didn't have enough flat land in front of their entrances to properly build a 3x4 foundation. So this is the base, and there is the entryway. For the most part, basically battle towers to keep an eye on if anybody comes through the front door. Not really much protection around the whole thing, as it's not technically on a multiplayer server. There would be a lot more protection if this was a multiplayer base. Probably turret towers all over the place. But this is essentially the base. Those 2 walls over there are essentially going to be, if I still use this for quite some time, which I probably will, are going to be right where the breeding chamber is once I start doing some breeding stuff. So I'll have the breeding chambers. And then we will have Zifun. So yeah, BS dinos. If we go in, look at my tape. Yeah, my BS dinos. We come in here. This is the inside. I have 2 generators. I actually had like 6 generators, but I have 2 generators because sometimes I really don't care to bother with fueling them all up. I'll make like fuel as I need it. And so, speaking of which, I need vaults in every room, preservation bins. They're made for making the jerky. I have 2 whole fridges of jerky. So, before we get to the next part of the base, I'm going to need to come over here. And I'm going to need metal. So we're going to go to the underside of the base. There, you might have already noticed it, but there's only electrical conduits surfaced over here, but there's none over here. And you also might notice that they're yellow, which means they're getting power. Of course, there's also the electrical conduits that go up into the main portion of the base that never gets used because reasons. So let's go right here. So this is the underbelly, the underground of the operations. If I were to build this much more properly, there would actually be waterworks under here as well, and basically this is just to hide all of the electrical and water from eyesight, so that it's not all over the place. And of course you can always just, if you want to have easy access, to come down here and put more electrical junction boxes, which I actually have a lot down here already, but if you want to have easy access to come down here to do that some more later on, just build a trapdoor so that you don't have to destroy this stuff repeatedly, and make sure that you don't have a pillar on said trapdoor, or else you're not going to be able to get down there. But yeah, just build a trapdoor without a pillar sticking through, and come right up. So that's essentially the maintenance part of the base, maintenance room. This is the next part of the base. I don't really use this. I didn't really like the way the electrical work kind of worked out. I mean, it is pretty, and we'll go up to the next level. It is pretty level with the ceiling for the most part. The thing is, I was kind of trying to make it look, the inside of this look interesting, and I actually, if I do this, I would want to actually just not do this and just build the base properly. Yeah, this is the base. There's a couple balconies and spots. If you come all the way up, I have to actually crouch, hence the reason why I still have the crouch on. I have to crouch to get through the one tall gap, because my character is, yeah, my character is taller than one tall gap, so. I have ballistas just for purely the aesthetic look. They look a little bit better than, say, the Gatling turrets. Gatling turrets have their cage around them, so they kind of block view. Also, just something about a giant four-pronged pointy thing, or four-tipped pointy thing, staring you down seems more menacing than bullets. Of course, bullets are more menacing in their own right, but yeah. So this is the guard tower. It's double layered. Ladders in each tower, balconies for defense, If you actually had this on a multiplayer server, you would have the ability to defend it from multiple angles. Of course, we would also have like a lot more turrets all over the place. Probably some turrets on up here, and then some other turrets down here to make sure people don't try to do anything stupid. There are some gaps in the underside that I need to work on. There's not really any access to the underground from these gaps. It's basically a waste of time to try to go through here. So, yeah. The other thing is, so if we go over to the back side of this base here, over to the cliff side, the base is actually hanging off the cliffside. I couldn't really build all that much down the cliffside for walls, so that's how that is. And as you can see, there's a nice long pipe for the waterworks. Yeah, like I said, I probably want to build the base somewhere closer to water. And while this is a pretty big area, I would prefer a better flat area to build the base a little bit better. So let's go to the last location to basically just see what the outposts look like in general. That'll take a couple seconds. We're going to go over here to the Cave of the Hunter, or the Southern Cave. And this outpost is basically built the same way as the other 4 outposts outside of Skylord and the Lava Cave. The Skylord and Lava Cave have different base building setups because they are in places where they don't really have the best base setup. And so basically each of the caves has this 3x4 entrance, so you can put a couple tames in here if you need to keep them safe. A bed for respawning, and then I have 3 vaults, so I have 350 slots times 3, so I have over 1,000 inventory, or 1,000 slots for loot. So if I need to get chitin or meat, I can go and get my raptor and basically just destroy everything.